Hey, what's up, guys? Hot is hot here. I'm in Leidseplein, Amsterdam, with this beautiful view. Kind of look like Christmas lights. I'm here today to talk about the 10 things that require zero talent. So, unless you're like mentally disabled, literally everyone can do these things. So, you always want to give yourself the biggest advantage possible, and these things will definitely help you out no matter what level you are, to give yourself the biggest advantage possible in literally any skill set. You can do these things. So the first thing is being on time. Being on time is very, very important, because when you're like hurrying to get to a certain spot, you're already putting yourself in kind of a shitty mood, because even if you make it on time, you're like not relaxed. So yeah, that's something very well within your control to do, to just be on time. Now, of course, it depends on what part of the world you live in. Some cultures already have it kind of ingrained in their culture to pretty much always be on time. So, a very good example of that is the German culture. They are very, very punctual, and they always like to be on time. The culture where I'm from, the Bosnian culture, is very much the opposite. If you want to get things done, the German culture is the way to go here regarding this stuff. Like, so always be on time. That's just very much within your control. And I'll get to that point, but one point is doing extra. So yeah, you can be on time, but an even better thing is to be 10 minutes early. So always keep that in mind, to just be on time, and it's even better to be 10 minutes early. The second thing that I want to be talking about is making an effort. So whatever you're doing, there are always like criteria for it. They always tell you like what to do to get a passing grade, so to speak. In school, like on your at your job, like wherever you're at, they always tell you what to do to get a passing grade. Now, you can do certain things to improve upon that. So one thing to do is always making an effort. So what that kind of means is that yeah, you can show up and you can do things and you can try to hit a 6 out of 10, but the main thing there is making an effort. Someone like Kobe Bryant, he was like the one of the highest rated high school players. He went straight from high school to NBA, but he didn't slack off. He always made an effort, no matter how high of a level he already had. He always made the effort, and that's what you should always do as well. Um, Everything is always an habit. So whatever you do, it becomes an habit. So if you're always hardworking, it just becomes a habit, and you'll always be a hard worker. So the third thing is being high energy. Now, that's kind of like an interesting thing. Everyone has kind of like a quote unquote natural energy level, but that stuff, you can always work on that. So you can always be high energy, and that's very contagious. So if you look at successful people, most people think that like other good pickup guys or other rich guys only want to hang out with good pickup guys or rich guys. That's not true at all. If you look at this stuff, you'll very much see that most successful guys always want like the 18-year-old, because young people are very high energy themselves, and energy is very, very contagious. Like, you can suck ass at a lot of things, but if your energy is very much on point, a lot of people want to hang out with you, and successful people want to help you, because yeah, being high in energy is like always pretty much always a good thing. And then the other thing is having a positive attitude. So if you're showing up at places and you're like, oh, I don't really want to do this, blah 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 blah, that's like very defeating. If you always have like a positive attitude, pretty much anyone wants to be around that. If you're like always very pessimistic, it's very draining. You can notice that for yourself. Like just look at the conversations you're having. If you're having conversations with people that are like always pessimistic, only see the downside of things, that drains your energy very much. If people are like always optimistic, high energy, it pretty much gives you energy. Then the next thing is being passionate. So if you have a passion in life, and you love doing it, and you would even do it for free, that's a very very good thing to have, and it's almost pretty much guaranteed that you're going to be successful at it. So yeah, that's a very good thing to have. The next thing to have is having good body language. So it depends on the personality, but all personalities kind of like this stuff. Other people are more sensitive to it than other personalities, but having good body language is always awesome. So if you're like standing straight up with open body language, people are more interested in that than if you're like having your arms crossed and stuff like that. So body language is also a very contagious thing. Now the next one is actually a very very big one, being coachable. So whenever you're learning something, being coachable is very very important. So if you're trying to learn something and you're shooting down everything that the coach is saying, you're never going to learn something. If you're already going in with a preconceived mindset like, oh, I already know this stuff, blah 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 blah, it's pretty fucked. If you're going in with an open-minded mindset, like you're open to new ideas, you're willing to test out everything, you almost have a guaranteed way of getting success. Now the being coachable thing, I would say if it's not the most important one, it's definitely up there. It's extremely extremely important. Like someone like Michael Jordan, he was the best player in basketball, but he still listened to his coach. He wasn't like, go fuck yourself, I already know this stuff better, why should I listen to you?
Just kidding.
Yeah, so that's very important to be coachable. So the next thing is like doing a little extra. Like I said in the beginning, wherever you're at in school or at your job, they always tell you like the criteria you need to fulfill to hit a 6 out of 10. So if you always do a little bit extra, you're guaranteed success. So let's say you have to run 5 kilometers and you run 7, that's fucking awesome. And if you're like always doing the little extra, you're guaranteed like success, and at your job, for example, a promotion. So the doing extra thing is very very important, and if that just becomes a habit, yeah, it's gonna always be awesome. One good example would be like in basketball, when the team is like down 20-30 points, then they kind of put in like the second or third string team. And when you look at it, like those guys always play hard. Now you might look at it like, why should I play hard? The game is already lost. But you're building habits. If you always play hard, you're going to have success. And two, other people are looking at what you're doing. So you might be playing at a losing team, but if they see you like playing hard, the other team might get you, and they're a much better team. So always be doing the little extra things. So the next one is being prepared. So let's say you have to go somewhere and you just show up prepared, like you're ready to go. You have to go somewhere like 5 p.m. You show up like already prepared. You're waiting for the other person to show up, and when the other person comes, that's a very, very awesome thing. That's very well within your control to do. So it's a very good thing to do. Then the last thing is having a strong work ethic. So this very, very important one. Like you see it with all successful people. No matter how good they're at, how good they are at their craft, they always have a strong work ethic. Coming back to basketball, Kobe Bryant would always take like an X amount of shots every day. Doesn't matter if he won 6 rings or 4 or whatever. Like doesn't matter what he won, he would always keep working hard. And if you just do that, you will always get the success. So these were the 10 things that require zero talent. Literally anyone can do this stuff, and if you do this stuff, you just give yourself a very, very big advantage. Hope you guys like this video. If you're interested in upgrading your life, I'm offering free 15-minute Skype calls where we kind of chat. I answer any questions you have regarding pickup and self-development. And it's also important to see if we're a good fit with each other, because I don't just coach anyone, and I have limited spots available. I mainly coach boot camps, day game, night game, remote infield coaching, which is I call you up and you approach a bunch of people and I help you out during the Skype call. And I do consultation calls, which is regarding pickup and self-development. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Yeah,